Hello. Happy whatever day it is. Wednesday? Wednesday. I don't know. Ugh. I literally was sitting... I just finished eating my lunch. I was having like a little bag of Lay's chips. And I look at my phone and I go, shit, it's 3 o'clock.
I didn't vote yet. One for couch.
Hold on. I haven't even pulled it up yet.
Sorry.
It's a dress. Thanks. It's 'cause I'm itchy as hell. Okay, hold on, wait. Who has what? Curious has 3 votes, James has 2 votes, and Charn has 1 vote. So let me know. Scream for the bot check.
Cat chase and K-pop.
Okay. A for you. You have 1 point. Yes. Okay. And then Curious has 3. Yeah, I love this. I've had this dress for a really long time. It has a really cute opening in the back too. Hold on. Look at the back. It's so pretty and cute. But 2 for A and 1 for B. Wow, our first double digits. 1 for B. All right. Oh, no worries, Mia. Have a good one. So, I couldn't get my phone camera to work, of course. I don't have the spoons or energy to deal with it. Actually, what really happened, like I said, was realizing that, oh my god, stream was about to start and I needed to start my computer. And when the camera didn't work, I said, well, I don't have time to restart the computer to get the camera to work. So we're just... we're just here. That's not the right thing at all. Where? Hello? Where are we? What? What? Hello? Oh my god. Please. What is happening? Okay. Nailed it. First try. Anyway, that honestly feels about like how things have been. So you want to know what's really fun? Not the void. Yeah, you all were like put into the void there. You know what's going to be really fun is that I have my Social Security hearing to try and have them help me out a little bit with money and stuff like that so that I can pay bills and I can, you know, maybe go to therapy again and stuff like that. That's supposed to be on the next week. After I have come off my medicine. I'm gonna be... It's actually really interesting because I had gotten a it's gonna be great. I had gotten a thing from my doctor. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Megan, take 2. I had gotten a thing from Social Security, right, where I had to like review all my stuff that I had sent in the past. And I think my favorite thing was seeing what my doctors have said about me. Because, like, they have to submit stuff to Social Security, right? For them to be like, yes, this is a patient of mine. Yes, she has these issues, blah, blah. And they want, like, you know, the first, I guess, like, reports and things like that these doctors have on me. So it means that they have their, like, it's their notes of meeting me for the first time. And it's really fun to see things like, you know, it reminds me very much. I also have to take phone calls. This is because we were talking with, like, one of the things that they said was that I can have a lawyer represent me. And, like, I was talking to my brother last night because he is a lawyer, not this kind. And I was like, should I have a lawyer represent me? So now my parents are talking to people in my place while I got a bunch of other things done. So I might have to answer a phone call. Anyway, getting these, like, notes and seeing, like, oh yeah, you know, this person presents, you know, is like put together, has, like, appropriate tone and, you know, can communicate well and all of that. But they also all note that I am jittery and anxious, and I'm like, wow, it's almost like I have anxiety. But it was interesting because I've never seen, like, these clinician notes about, like, I guess first appearance or how I present to doctors and stuff, and it was interesting. Yes, asking. Well, that was the thing that was wild to me, was, like, how they all were like, yeah, you know, she's well put together, and she, you know, her tone and her pacing of speech are, you know, good, and this, and I'm like, yeah, because exactly that, it's masking. Like, yes, thank you for noticing that I... Okay. I just got a text from someone and they're like, sorry, that was meant for your dad, because they're talking to my dad right now. Anyway. But I was like, huh. It's just interesting to see them be like, yeah, you know, she knows how to present herself, and she's like really good at being a human. And I'm like, thanks, I practiced that really hard. Also, hi silly Mary, thank you for the lurk. Typical delusion voice throughout. Yeah, the engaging in activity means no symptoms. Yeah, no, like, they did a good job of not being like, this person is symptom free, but it was more like, I'm not disheveled, I'm not dirty, I'm able to, you know... They keep sending me the wrong thing. They keep thinking I'm my dad. Hi. Still Megan. Haha. No. My dad's number is... Oops, that's my husband's phone number. Wow. That was wild how I just started typing that in. Like, how many times, like, on the forms that you have to fill out, right, where you have to put, like, your emergency contact, I'm so used to, like, I enter the first 3 numbers and my brain just autopilots. They also, the first 4 numbers are the same for my dad, my mom, and James. So I start putting in, like, that 4th number. And all of a sudden my brain's like, autofill James's number, and it's like, no. No. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't really give you the warm and fuzzies, though, when a company that might be representing you can't send the text to the right person, but you know, what do I know? It's fine. I'm a little annoyed because I just threw diamond dots everywhere. I'm a little annoyed because evidently, according to my, again, so the Social Security, like the paperwork that they sent me that I could review for all of the times that I have applied and been rejected, and it includes the stuff from my doctors and everything. Y'all, it's 515 pages. So, but one of the things that I noticed is that every time that they attempted to reach my old psychiatrist, my old psychologist, sorry, wrong thing at the end there, my therapist, basically, they never got a report from her on my mental health and my agoraphobia and my anxiety. Evidently, every time that they sent a request to the address that she had given me, it was sent back. It got returned to sender. So, ironic, because the other day, while I was, struggling with medicine adjustments and things like that, I had reached out to her just to, she had said that I could, here I am trying to do the brave thing, right? Like when someone says, oh yes, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. I always do, because I feel like people just say that to be nice, like people don't say that because they really mean you can reach out if you need something. So I reached out, and I still hadn't heard anything back from that email that I had sent. So I texted her today. I don't know if that number still works because it was her business one. But, basically just being like, hi, evidently every time that the government tried to reach out to you, they were unable to. So if you could please, and I gave a bunch of, still haven't heard back. So I guess I'm calling later. And again, that number might be disconnected. And if that's the case, I don't think I have a leg to stand on. Because, if I don't have the therapist that I was working with for 2 years on my mental health stuff. Oh. So, yeah. Sorry, that was a lot to just, info dump there, but here, just... I mean, the thing is, right? I can represent myself. I can explain to them. And the thing is, too, I don't want help. I don't want the help. I unfortunately need the help. The cost of everything is just too much. I have too much medical debt because I'm not working. And I need help at this point. But you all know me. I'm a very stubborn person, and I'm not giving up. I'm still, even though I'm not currently in therapy, I'm still working on leaving the house. I'm still working on the things that I was working on in therapy. It's just, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know. There's not a quick fix. And in the meantime, having any kind of extra income right now to help pay off the emails I keep getting from, different medical places about stuff about to go into collections would be great. Like, but I hate asking for help. Like, I don't want to. I want to take care of myself, and it's the worst. Hi, Half to Happy. It's good to see you. And that's the thing, Curious, is that I loved my therapist. That's the whole... It sounds funny, but that's the reason that I haven't actually found a new one yet. Is I just... When you... Oh my gosh. When you have, like, a relationship... It's a different kind of relationship, obviously. But when that person goes away, sometimes you need time to, like, process and grieve. And I wasn't able to, like, think about seeing a new therapist after the one I had been working with on trauma and rejection sensitivity and all sorts of other things for 2+ years leaves. So it's like, I feel like I'm all over the place today. I feel very jittery. Well, that's kind of like what I guess I'm trying to do, is to, I don't know if, like, there's anything, you know, with the state versus different levels of government. I guess that's something that I could always look into if they fail. My favorite was that them saying that in the last time that I failed, that my issues weren't severe enough. But they didn't talk to my therapist. Okay. And that's why I wasn't given help. Oh. It's wild. Just an answer. You got it. Magic 8-ball full of sass. Half to Happy would like an answer, please. No. I know concentrate and ask again is an answer, but it's not the kind we're looking for, so try again. Outlook good. Outlook good. You are welcome. Not for food, but there's also just a general financial help program. Yeah. No, it's definitely worth something to look into. And, you know, even just, like, talking with my brother, because, like, again, this isn't his area of law that he focuses on, but he does focus on, like, federal assistant programs and things like that, so he has some knowledge, and he was able to, like, look into a few things, and he was able to provide, you know, some insight. But yeah, that's all stuff that I can definitely kind of keep in my back pocket as, like, a maybe look into. It's one of those things where, like, I'm trying to remind myself that, like, yeah, the doctor or my therapist said I could reach back out. She might not check that email every day. She did say that she might turn that phone off because it's like it was the business one. So, like, I'm trying to not say that I'm being a bother by reaching out. But I think that you all are like that. Like, a lot of you would understand that feeling of where you're like, I know that you said that you could reach out if you had to quite, like, needed anything. But then actually doing it, I don't know why that's so, like, I don't know. No input from the professional who's been involved with the intense work on these symptoms, yeah. Yeah, basically all that they had is, like, the diagnostic codes from, like, my therapists. Like, my doctors who prescribe stuff. And they're like, doesn't seem like she has any issues. Okay. Good talk. You know, if you go like this, the check engine light can come on in your car, and it can tell you that the engine has a problem, right? Just like my doctors were like, yeah, this person has an issue. But if you never talk to the mechanic, then the issue's not that bad. It's just a light. And I can go like this, and I don't see the light anymore. Not that big of a deal. I think the check engine light just needs to pull itself up by its bootstraps and try a little harder. It'll fix itself. It's fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Sorry, I know that I'm trying not to, like, talk too much medical stuff. I just figured I'd give you all a very quick, like, if I have to mute suddenly, it's because I have to talk to someone on the phone, you know? That rattling noise, it just means the car radio isn't loud enough. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I mean, clearly the car can still drive with all those lights on, so it doesn't need to see the mechanic or get any assistance. It's fine. It can run until it explodes, and then we'll get it in. Put a tape over the light. Yeah. It's like when you don't want people to, like, see your camera, so you just, like... Perfect. No, I knew, like, this isn't really, like, a medical update or anything. It's just kind of like a life update, I guess. I need more sticky stuff. I don't know where my sticky stuff went. It should have been in that bag with all the other stuff. I'll just think sticky thoughts. Stick. It worked. Anyway. I got a message back from that number, right? Like, they keep being like, you know, hi, this is so-and-so from so-and-so. Can you please send me a screenshot of the notice of hearing? And then I got a, sorry, Megan, this was meant for your dad. No worries. 2 seconds later, hi, this is so-and-so from so-and-so. Can you please send me a screenshot? And that's when I responded with, hi, it's still Megan. Here's my dad's number. And they just replied back with, sorry, LOL. Listen, it's gotta be hard when you're talking to, like, two different people. Like, one person is, like, speaking on behalf of someone else. Like, it was just the LOL that, like, said, it's 2 messages, too. It literally was this. Like, it was 2 messages. Are they millennials? They might be. They might be. Also, I think Half to Happy was asking, that's all that's left on this diamond dot. And then we're going to work on the, I have some from Diamond Art Club. My mom also sent me a really cute fall gnome that we could work on that's like a smaller kit. So, if you're wondering why there's like a piece of paper up here, I'm missing black drills, and someone was originally going to send me some, and I gave my address and I haven't heard from them, so I think I might just order some since the shops are open again that I couldn't order from before. So, it happens, listen. Life is hectic. So that's why there's like a couple of random little spots, like right here. You can see like well, I mean that's meant to be there. Mom just texted me. She is super nice. You don't end your text in LOL? It depends for me. It depends on who I'm talking to and the situation. I'm a situational LOLer. Just like I'm a situational exclamation pointer. You know? Hi, MT girl. How are you? Sometimes I accidentally start and end messages with LOL because you want to show that you're not, like, upset with someone or that, you know, it's okay, like, the situation isn't that big of a deal. It's trying to make you sound approachable. For over a month now. Hey, James.
Yeah.
This freaking sent me. Come here. So they're talking with like a different lawyer, and evidently they're very nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's sorry.
LOL.
LOL.
That's the lawyer I want.
It just sent me like. I mean, like I was saying to chat, it's got to be like because they had to call me to get permission to speak to my parents,
Yes.
and they have like a bunch of phone numbers. Also, I realized that the first 4 digits of like everyone's cell phone, like yours, mom's, and dad, are all the same. It all starts with this.
Yeah.
And so I'd hit that first number that they all start with, and I auto-filled yours instead of Dad's, and I had to backspace it because, like, when I have to, I'm so used to filling out my emergency contact is you, and so, like, I'm so used to that first number hitting, and I just fill it in without thinking. Hi, Stitch Lover. Welcome in. How are you? You have a fun story? Hit me. I mean, don't hit me, but give it to me. One digit different than your stepdad? That... I think my dad and my brothers are, like, a number or two apart. Yeah. They called him instead of me. That's gotta be, like, awkward for some things, you know? Like, I imagine if you go to, like, the doctor, you really make sure that they have it in there right. Like, please don't call my dad with, like, my health stuff. So this actually isn't Diamond Art Club. This is, I don't even know where this is from. I have had this kit for 6 or 7 years now. This was, like, back before Diamond Art Club was a big thing. And you know, had really professional big diamond art companies. So I don't really have, like, a name. I am almost done with it. I just have, like, this little bit left to do. But it's like a seaside, sort of oceany, or, I don't know. Like, it's a sunset-y kind of piece. But my next one is a Diamond Art Club, and I am excited to do one for the first time. Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Let's go with 8.
Wait, what am I making for dinner?
Make pasta. We have broccoli, pasta, and Alfredo sauce. Do that.
Thank you for thank you for the lurk half to happy. You were like, so did you get a call from the Mexican place? That's funny. 1 digit difference, yeah. 1 or 2 digits. Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, when you signed up for cell phones back in the day, right? And you all signed up at the same time, a lot of times you would get numbers that were, like, sequential or near each other. My number is nowhere near everyone else's. Like, my number is redacted. And my family's are redacted as well. Oh, wait. Shoot. That does sound like they're close. One letter different to your whole... Oh, really? Almost autofills? Yeah. Yep. It's funny when you let your brain just kind of go into autopilot, how it will fill in things. By the way, we didn't end up going to Michael's to fix the yarn that the dye lot issue, because I was a goober and looked at the wrong numbers. It happens. But if you all want, in a little bit, I'll show you what I'm working on, because it's a secret. But the person that it's a secret from just went to lie down. So as soon as he's sleeping, I can show you a sneaky peek. Heck, we could even work on it if we wanted to. We could pivot. Sneaky sneak. If you're interested. If you're not, then that's okay. By the way, we're going to be playing a new game tomorrow. I got another code, another key. And it's for a cute little witch shop. It's called Witchy Business. And it looks really cute. So I'm excited to play it tomorrow with y'all. And then after that, well, I mean, we'll see. I might play it. Who knows how long we'll play it. But we could also always try playing some more of that organizing game, because that was a lot of fun too. Oh, I made a video and I haven't posted it yet. Crud. That's the story of my life. I edit things and then I'm like, wait, the algorithm, I should post it at a different time, and then I completely forget to post it instead of posting it at the different time. Not that the algorithm actually makes any sense, but you printed the canvas. It looks good. Neat. I thought the cat came in here and then she disappeared, so. Can you all hear like the cars and the rain outside? It's very nice sounds. I keep double checking over here because the letter I'm doing is H and these are all N's and they look similar when you glance and they're like the same background color. You can sometimes. So I'm like, shoot, is that an O? No, that's an N. Is that? No. Cheeky, do you like make your own STL files or do you mostly just like download ones? It's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess the plastic canvas like that could be used for a lot of different things, not just crafts. It's always fascinating to me, like the things that are already made. Like the bobbins that I use for this was an STL file, but I also made my own file for actual threads. Hang on, let me make sure I'm not going to roll over a cat. Okay. Because I needed something different. Yeah, this one's super easy too. I'm just trying not to put that in anything. But this one is so that I can have like my thread and then any extra little bits that are still like long enough to use. And then this was so that I could put the like DMC thread comes with a number code, and I made that so that I could slip the number code on, but the only issue was that it stays on pretty good. I think I might have one or two on there. Yeah, I do. But I didn't actually have all the number codes for all of these threads. But here, that's how it looks when you slide it on. So, yeah, like I basically took like ideas of other kinds of, you know, bobbins and stuff and what I needed, versus like what was available. And I made them thicker too, because I feel like a lot of them are really, really thin, and I didn't want them like, I didn't want anything to get snagged and like rip, because this is such like a small little bit here. Like I didn't want anything to like break it. So I stick that back over here. Oh. You up? I just noticed cat puke all over by the cat tree. Smiley face emoji. Hey, at least she's eaten since then, unlike the last time. He says that he's laying down. Men. It's his job to clean up the icky messes. I like that there's now a nodding emoji and a shaking your head emoji. He goes, "You do it this one time. I'm trying to sleep." So I threw back at him that he's about to be gone, and I'm going to have to do it the whole time he's gone. And then I told him to go to sleep, and I called him a punk. Nice. Deserved, and also, sir. And then he just sends a kiss emoji. He might not have heard me. But I heard me. This next, like, ad break that we're gonna have, this first stretch break's gonna be like 27 minutes long. Because I'm gonna have to clean that. I'm gonna have to, like, I guess try to call my allergist again because they didn't get back to me. Love that. I love that when they're like, leave a message and someone will get back to you within the next 24 hours. It's been more than 48. I also, like, full disclosure, didn't pee before stream. I just went over to my Discord real quick and noticed I was still on my live announcement page and realized that I had added stream alerts, never finished typing a message, and never hit send. Yay! So I just sent a really good one now. Also, evidently Kit Kat tried to tell me this about 30 minutes ago. Or 20 minutes ago, and I didn't notice. My mods try to help me sometimes, but I can't help myself, you know? A+ mods, you do good work. I'm so sorry I fall through. Oh, God. Alright, I think that's all of them. Oh, hi, Kit Kat. Were your ears burning? Because I just said your name. Thanks for trying to tell me like 20 minutes ago that I didn't post a going live message. Yeah, I didn't notice it until now. It's funny too because I noticed that I didn't hit like send on the going live message. So I hit send, like I typed a message and hit send, and then I went over to mod chat to see what I missed, and I saw you being like, I don't think a live message was sent. Same brain. Oh, I'm sorry you still have a migraine. That sucks. I saw Kit Kat sing 5 minutes ago and meant to say something but got distracted. LOL. That's just gonna be my new response. Just like that lawyer. Sorry, LOL. Perfect. I love it. Together we can make one functioning person. I don't even know if all together we can get to one. Maybe. On a good day, yes. It's better than we can do on our own, 1000%. We definitely get closer to one full person when we're all together than when we're alone. Yep. I think part of the problem is, though, that a lot of us have, like, the same malfunctioning parts. Started talking about sharing brain cells with peeps at work. I could definitely help. Right, but see, you also have some chronic pain stuff, and some migraines, and so it's like it's not always neurospicy. Sometimes it's, you know, the fact that our bodies are like, huh, you want to work today? You want to sit how? You actually have to sit like the letter K in order to not be in pain. Perfect. I think as a community we make one whole. We make a really good person. Like if we're all having a bad pain day or like migraine day, we're getting negative work done. If we're sharing a body. I feel like when we do the big diamond dot, like the Diamond Art Club diamond dot, I feel like I'm going to need to do it on the big table. I feel like my desk isn't going to be big enough to hold the canvas. I know some people like roll them as they go, but I don't know how the dots don't pop off. Maybe the canvas is just that much better than this one, you know? Superior stick. Painge main. Sadly, I'm used to it by now, yeah. I've been gaming too hard on House Flipper and my shoulders are killing me. That is such a mood. That is such a mood. Sometimes I'll be gaming too hard on Palia. And I realize that I'm like sitting and I'm like, oh. And like the next morning I'm super tight in my shoulders. Like gaming. I'm gaming. Body, calm down. It's so... It's so dramatic. Like... How dare you push keys on a keyboard and move around a animated character?
I'm an arts and crafts master.
Now you're going to hurt.
Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh.
Hello, Shay. Thank you for 49 months. I appreciate you. Let me know what color paper star you would like. So, Allison, I made mention of one of those pillows to James, and I do believe he wrote that down as a Christmas gift idea. At least I hope he did, because I would really like one of those too. Because I think that that could be really good for me for, again, gaming and crocheting. Magenta, wait. Ha! Bet. I hope that he wrote it down. Do we think he wrote it down? Also, ads are about to play. So, we might play an extra round of words. Because I have to... Oh, I did that. I did that all the time. I need to clean up this cat mess. And I'm going to get the secret surprise. And a few other things. So, take a quick stretch break, get a snack, a drink, use the bathroom, take your meds, move your laundry. We got a lot done in the first hour. So I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, Allison, feel free, if you have a link, to send it to me. Or James, send it direct, you know, whichever. Be right back. One more round. Everything is done. I just have to go wash my hands. I'll be right back. Oh God, not my voice echoing. Be right back. Nicely done. Thank you all for waiting and your patience. Okay. I got myself a Starburst as a little treat because I did so many scary things. Okay. I called the allergist because I hadn't heard back from them. And I talked to a person. I cleaned up the cat ick. I peed. Not scary. Already wanted more of her food. Got her food. Went back. Got the thing that I'm working on to show you all. I was busy. Thank you. I'm proud to. Okay. So this is what I'm making. And here is where we are so far. So, is a mitten. Pippin, that's not yours, ma'am. That's not yours. That's sister's. Thank you. The colors match a little bit, or, I mean, they look good together. I feel like maybe I should have gone a little different. Maybe it's too close to each other. And the last bit that I did is snugger than the first bit that I did, because of course it is. But yeah, this is the left hand mitten. So this is going to be where the thumb bit is. And that's going to be like here-ish. And then there'll be like a cuff. So, and this is what I'm using. So it's wool. It's like actual wool. So it'll be nice. It'll do well with like water. I'm a little annoyed, like I said, about my stitches being looser and then them getting snugger. But it is what it is. I'm not undoing it all. I'm not undoing it to like here. No. It'll be fine. This is why I like to do like matchy things though at the same time, because now I'm afraid that the next one that I make is going to it's going to be different. Yeah, I actually had to go down a hook size compared to the pattern because I'm using a thicker yarn than they're using. And when I used the hook size that they recommended, it was massive. It was so big. And my issue now, right, is that, like, you can almost see where the tension got tighter. Like, it's looser down here. So, if I go looser now, it's still going to be snug here. So I'm just trying to make sure that my stitches are nice and loose. They're at least consistent, so, like, I don't know. I'm overthinking it, especially because I can't try it on him. We have the same size hand, but still. This is what the other side's gonna look like. So. Yeah. Yeah, it's bigger like right here, like right where that is, so it's okay. 3 hexagons in your blanket to get it even. Yeah, that's the issue, is that, here, I can show you all real quick. I'll give you a little sneaky peek of how this stitch is done. So it's not traditional crochet. It is, but it isn't. Let me see what I am with my pattern. So first of all, everything is red, like right to left every time. So this is where my row is starting, just to help me keep an eye on things. Right, I'm working with 2 colors the entire time, so I'm not cutting and rejoining. Hello, beautiful girl. So normally with crochet, you go here, right? Hang on. Camera, please. I believe in you. There we go. So normally you go in between like this part here, like the V as I call it at the top. With this stitch though, you're actually separating the V in the front. And that's what makes it look knit. So do you see where my yarn is coming up? It's not coming up through this. It's coming up through the middle of that V. And that's why it looks like it's knit, but it's actually crochet. But the issue is that you have to then pull this up like this, right? Like normally I would just pull my yarn through like that, yarn over and pull through. But you have to pull the height so that it's even. And that's where it gets tricky, and that's where you can start to get a little bit too tight, is you need to pull it up like that. And the other thing that's tricky is that I'm changing my yarn colors. So like right now I need to, the next stitch is going to be in the darker color. So I need to pull that up and then give that a very, oops, you can't see, and then give that a very gentle little tug, because I don't want to make it too snug but I also don't want it to be loose. And then guess what? I'm just making one stitch in that color and then switching back. And so you have to split the stitch and you have to pull it up. And I think that's where, as I've gotten more comfortable with it, it's gotten a little bit tighter. Not tight, but just, again, a little... Oops. Just kidding. Hold on. Switching yarn colors again. Yeah. That's why I printed this out, so that I can mark it up as I go. But it looks good. And I think he's gonna like it. So, like, real quick, I'm gonna mark what I just did. Like, this is the thumb area right here. So, yours started a little loose and then evened out. What I'm annoyed with is the fact that my 2 skeins of the light color yarn ended up being 2 different dye lots. And I'm like, dang it. So, because normally I would want to make them at the same time so that the tension is even on each, but we'll see how it goes. We do Shay's Star, and then we'll keep going with our diamond dot. You, relax your shoulders. Why are you squeezing them? So when I bought the yarn, I accidentally looked at the color code and not the dye lot when I purchased it. So my dye lots are different. And with having to use 2 skeins of yarn, I don't want to use the same skein pulling from both sides. Because I'm like, that just feels like it would tangle really easily if I'm pulling... Like, if I've got 4 skeins of yarn, like 3 skeins of yarn, and I'm using it to make, like, it just feels like it would be too much. So originally, I was doing them both at the same time. Thank you for the unclench and quench, Calliope. Yeah, everyone take a drink, unclench, whatever you're clenching. There's Shay's Star. Into the jar. Spike it. Thank you again for the resub. Oh, I forgot I can't turn the volume up. You know what that timer means? Hello, you here. If you are here right now. If you are lurking. Come out of lurk. Type exclamation point ticket. I'm giving away some points. And you might be like, points for what? Okay, I found it. It's not updated, but I'll fix it. Why did it disappear? Anyway, we're voting. This isn't the right numbers. Give me a minute. But we're voting on what craft we're going to do for Friday. Emily, by the way, you said ricket, not ticket. So you're going to need to type it again. But this is going to be I said Ricket. I said ticket. Either way, you will be using, unless the closed captions might have said whatever. I don't trust them. But you will get to put 2 points towards any of the items here. And that is what we will be doing on Friday. So give me a second. Let me see what our number actually was earlier. I wonder why it disappeared. Okay, hang on. This was at 10, I know that. Yep, there you go. I'll pull a winner here in a couple of minutes. And whoever wins gets 2 points, and they get to put it towards whatever they would like. Did I have anything else? Oh, and we had 90s craft. I'm looking literally at the beginning of stream at where everything ended up. Okay. Phew. Okay. Technology has not been my friend today. We had this disappear. We had, like, my whole screen disappear. I don't understand. We'll pull a winner here in, like, a few minutes. We're at around 3 minutes right now, so I'll give it another 2. So if you are here, if you can hear the melodious sound of my voice, I'm so sorry. It's not melodious, but you know, that's okay. Go ahead and type ! ticket. Yeah. I might have to do something. And we'll pull a winner here, and you'll get 2 points to use towards any of the items. Oh no, you're good. I didn't know if, like, the closed captions said the wrong thing. 'Cause, let's be real, that happens. We'll finish up, how about this? We'll finish up all the little G spaces, because there's not many of those left. And as soon as I do, we'll pull the winner. Okay? So you have until the last, like, 10 diamond dots of this color are put down to enter. Oh no, you're so good. Technology. It's, something. So yeah, at the beginning of stream, the first 3 people to claim, like, first, second, and third get to vote. And then we also do a random point giveaway at once a stream. And if we have a hype train, we will do however many points that hype train was. So we reach level 3 hype train, that's 3 points. We reach a level 5 hype train, 5 points. Level 10 hype train, after I pick myself up, that's 10 points. So I think it's just like a fun little way to keep people interested in being able to, like, vote for what we do. Having y'all have a little voice. And, I don't know, a little bonus thing for, like, hype trains and stuff to say thanks. Alright, guess what? We're done. We're done with the G, at least as far as I can tell. So, oops, I almost hit the wrong thing. Closed giveaway. Ready? Drum roll. Have to happy. It's you. What would you like to put your 2 points towards? And you can split them. If you want to be like, I want 1 point on this and 1 point on that, let me know. That's fine. But let me know where we shall put your votes. You want them both on 90s crafts? Both. You got it. We discovered last week that something could be in the lead and then at the very end pull ahead. Like something else could pull ahead. So it's kind of fun. You never really know. All right. Cool. Congratulations. Thank you for sticking around, hanging out, and voting. Now, if there is a craft that I have started on stream or I have shown on stream and you would like me to work on it on a Finish Friday, feel free to let me know. We'll add it to the list. I've got like a list that we can pull from. Sometimes on the Friday stream, I'll ask chat what they want to see and we'll just decide right then and there what to add for next week's Finish Friday vote. Is that... I feel like I need both a higher and a lower vantage point for this. Maybe I bring it back to where it was. I don't know. You did! You contributed! I like to, you know, try and make, I don't know, stream enjoyable, interactive, whatever. A place that people want to come and hang out. It's really three-dimensional when that camera's low, huh? Should I raise it back up? Is it too low now? It would have been really good if my phone wanted to connect. But no. We can't do that today. Silly phone. I am hanging in there. How are you? Let me raise that back up just a little. Phones never work when we want them to or need them to. I agree. I'm doing the letter E right now, and every time I put one down, I'm like, E. Sorry. Hanging in there. At first, I thought maybe you were playing Minecraft, because you can definitely be doing that there. I've never fallen in. I miss playing Minecraft with everyone. People might still be playing. I just haven't been on in a long ass time. I think everyone's been like obsessed with Peak though lately. Which is fair. We all get obsessed with games. Understandable. The hyper focus. She ever is shifting. You do love some Minecraft. There you go. Do a Minecraft game day soon? We could do that. I made my big sheep barn. And then I kind of haven't played in a while. Since. So. Alright, there's just going to be a few of these, but... I'm excited to try this new game out tomorrow. The witchy business. It looks really cute. But like I also want to play House Flipper. Trying to build the house from Encanto? Wow. I am a Minecraft noob. I had never played it up until like this year. So all of the things that I made were thanks to the help of building well, I guess I shouldn't say everything. I eventually got a little bit more confident in myself, but the majority of the things I was making were thanks to like YouTube videos and like build tutorials, so that's what I do. I get an idea, build a house or whatever, and then I abandon the game for months. Yeah. It's like you spent a really long time hyperfixating on like building this thing, and you spent all the time getting the resources and the materials, and then all the time building, and then you're just like, oh, I'm so done. It looks good, but I need a break now. Yeah, I definitely get that. You're excited, though, to see the game? I'm excited to play it. It was already on my wish list, so it was kind of exciting to get the developer reach out again. I feel like they probably send out codes. Like, anytime anyone uses one of their codes, they're like, oh, maybe we'll send them another one. And then if people, like, stop using them, they're like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm like, yeah, give me all the fun, cute games. I'll play them all. I'll try them all out. Maybe we'll do that little organized game too tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see how we're feeling. We might just play one. Don't threaten. Yeah, exactly. Like, don't threaten me with a good time. Same. If it's free 99, then I'm willing, yeah, to try it just cause. Mm-hmm. That was like the games on the Switch. Was it you that were talking about it, Curious? I can't remember if it was you. Now, oh goodness. Someone had come in yesterday and said that they were playing... the Switch had like a bundle of games on sale for like less than $2. And they looked really cute. And one of them was like a Stardew Valley-esque game, but you're a cat. And I almost bought it just because it was 4 games for $2. Like... Like, is it good? I don't know. It's $2. It was you. Okay. Yeah. I thought so. Those bundles are dangerous. That's how you got House Flipper. I applied to try out to test out the House Flipper Remastered. They had like a thing that they wanted people to test it. So I sent like a little, I'm interested. That would be really cool to get to try that out. Like look for bugs and things like that. Issues and what have you. Of what I've played, some of Sunseed Island and Cottonville, it seems pretty worth it. Oh, so remember I was telling you all about this PlayStation game that I had loved growing up, and I was sad because they never made like any more games in the series, and then I couldn't remember the name of it. I don't know if you also remember how I was like, I definitely have like the strategy guide for that game still. So I went to my game little like cabinet in our living room. And I pulled out my gaming guides, and sure enough there it was. So this was the game. It's called Threads of Fate. I'll pull up a little thing to show you. I'm just curious if any of you all played it. This is like the cover. I love this game. And it was so funny to like see the like just the quality and everything, because y'all, when I tell you that I played this game over and over and over again, I loved this game. You got to play as one of 2 characters. Rue was the boy and Mint is the girl. And their stories like intertwine with each other, but there are different paths you can take. It ends the same, like you always fight like the same boss and things like that, but like stuff changes in the game, like depending on the choices you make. And it was so good. It was so good. And I'm so sad that they never made more. Evidently, they originally planned on making a second one. And evidently it's Squaresoft. Evidently instead they decided to focus on a different game. And so like the second one, there was a story written and everything, and they never finished. I'm like, oh, such a good game. Evidently they made a remaster of it, like in the shop. But it was such a good, like, so she's a magic user, and I forget exactly what he was called, but he was able to transform into, like, the different, like, creatures that he attacked. So, like, when the enemies would attack you, you had to, like, collect, you know, a certain amount of, like, XP or whatever, and then you could turn into those creatures and basically like use their skills to like solve puzzles and stuff like that. So it was a really neat concept too. Like they were 2 different characters with 2 different like sets of abilities. It was just such a good game. So good. And I've always wanted to like, I want more of it. And it was just such a, I feel like people didn't know of it. Like a lot of people that I've talked to, like, But it was really funny to like look at the strategy guide and like look at the teeny tiny pictures. And I remember being like, that was like top quality gaming graphics, you know? Like those were back then on like the PlayStation 1. And you look at it now and you're like, wow. It gives Hagrid PlayStation 1 vibes sometimes, you know? Like certain images, you're like, oh my god. Look at that person. Yikes. But it was funny because I couldn't remember the name of the game. And I remember, though, that I had the strategy guide. And I'm like, I know that I kept it. I know that I have the game still. I don't have a PlayStation 1. I don't think we have one here. But I knew that I kept the game and the guide. The PS1 is at my parents' house. Because my dad and I played Spyro together not that long ago on it. That was the first game that I ever 100%ed, was Spyro. My dad and I would play that all the time. All 3 of the Spyro games. Although it was funny because the last time I played it, my vertigo wasn't 100% better. Playing Spyro with slight vertigo, that's a wild time. Because the way the camera moves, especially on a PlayStation 1 game, is rough. Like at one point I just handed it to my dad and I'm like, you gotta take over for a bit. It's like I need a break. Oh, were they? I love Spyro. Harvest Moon. Cookies and Cream. It was a split-screen co-op puzzle game. That sounds fun. I also remember Pokemon had a puzzle game, too. It was like Pokemon Puzzle. It was one with, like, blocks that you would have to swap. It was kind of like Tetris-y almost, and, like, it would drop blocks on, like, the enemy player, and you could either play, like, against another person or against, you know, the Tangled game for the Wii. Pretty sure it was the first game you actually finished with a definitive ending. The first game that I, like, finished on my own, like, without my dad. Like, my dad and I beat Spyro together. But I remember playing, like, the Legends of Zelda on the Game Boy Color. I can't remember now which one. They had Ocarina of Time, I know, was one of them. I can't remember the others, though. But the Game Boy Color Zelda games were some of, like, the first ones that I ever, like, finished on my own. I keep seeing ones that I, like, missed a dot of. Where'd it go? There it is. Alright, let's do A. What about anyone else? Like, what's a game that you played over and over again? Either as a kid, as an adult, both? Like, I guess more of, like, a close-ended game. Like, The Sims is open-ended, you know? Like, one that had, like, a storyline, I guess. Wario Land on Game Boy. Troll on the Apple II. Mass Effect trilogies pretty much every year, really? I love that. I've completed the God of War games too. I forgot about that. That was on the boy that I dated before James. He had... That was one thing when... We were together for 5 years. That guy and I. And... I thought he was endgame, you know? I'm so glad he wasn't. But... We had gotten... a Game Boy and a Nintendo 64. Back in the day when I worked at GameStop, we used to have those systems. They don't sell them anymore. Regardless, I kept the GameCube and all the games, and he kept the N64. Now, granted, that's fine, but I have never gotten an N64. I've never owned one myself. But looking back, I'm like, I mean, again, the GameCube had more stuff that I was playing at the time. But, like, dang. N64s are more expensive now than it was then. But yeah, I remember I played God of War. He had a PlayStation. We only ever had the PlayStation 1. We didn't have, like, the 2 or 3. My brother ended up going towards Xbox stuff instead, so he got, like, that at our home. And I would get, like, Nintendo. So I remember playing on the PlayStation 3, the God of War, the different games. Donkey Kong 64. There were a few bananas left for a while. Once I 100% a game, it was usually sold for a new one. Yeah, I get that. Crash Bandicoot. Oh my gosh, my dad and I played that a ton too. Any of the Professor Layton games, my dad plays those. Like, he 100%'s those. I've played them too, but... A Tonka truck game in the early 2000s / late 90s that you were obsessed with. I freaking love that so much. Your hubby's in the modding community for Mass Effect? That's so fun. Thought he was endgame, but turned out to be the final boss. Yeah. Basically. He's not a bad guy. I remember seeing at one point through, like, a friend that we had been mutually friends with. Like, I guess we are still, like, he's friends with this person and I am too on Facebook. But, like, he's married with kids and I'm like, good for you. You know, honestly. I don't wish ill. There's only, like, one ex in my life that, and again, I don't wish bad on. I really hope that he has, like, a seam that itches him every day. Or like a tag. You know, like nothing big or bad, but just stepping on a Lego every day. You know? The Mystery Case file games on PC. You emulated one. I love that. Yeah, I remember we've talked about, like, games that we played. I actually found out that one that I played a ton growing up on PC has, like, an emulator online that you can play it. It's called Gizmos and Gadgets. And I freaking love that game. It's a very sciencey game. Maybe his favorite pants don't fit quite right. Yeah. Just a mild inconvenience. Like, I would never wish ill on anyone because, listen, the world's hard enough, okay? But this guy was a real bad guy. Listen, this is the guy I dated in high school. Okay? He didn't break up with me. Such a high school thing. He didn't break up with me when he wanted to because he didn't want to ruin my junior prom. So he went with me to junior prom and broke up with me the day after. Meanwhile, he was sleeping with someone else. But he didn't want to ruin my junior prom, guys. Isn't that so thoughtful? What a good guy. And he broke up with me over the phone. and he didn't live too far away. Like, literally, like, around the corner kind of thing. So I went to his house because he wouldn't answer his phone after he broke up with me. And I was like, what in the hell? And I got there, and the other girl was there. Great time. So that's why I wish his pants to not quite fit, and his, you know, just, you know. I actually don't know if they were, like, sleeping together, but they were definitely, like, together. Like, yeah. And I was like, well, what do you think I'm gonna think of my junior prom now, you asswipe? Like, you think I'm gonna look at these pictures and be like, yay, what a fun night. I'm so glad that he waited until the next day to dump me. He actually, bless his heart, he really wasn't feeling well on the night of the junior prom. Probably because he knew what he was doing. But he toughed it out to go. Gross. Gross. Don't be that person. Don't let your kids be that person. Was he older? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a senior. I was a junior. He's also, you know, the one that you lost that certain card to. You know? You know that one? Mm-hmm. 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 And you know, the one that gave you like a promise ring, like that guy. I hope that his favorite save file gets erased. I hope that the big work meeting that he had to prepare for, like, that file just disappears. You know, like, not any kind of harm, but just things that really are inconvenient. Oh, that hurts. Mm-hmm. Literally. Wait, sorry. That was unhinged, Megan. Oh. I'm just like picturing that, like, my mom has come in and is like, losing your save files is so devastating, right? That's a good wish on someone that you don't care for, because that sucks. You can't play The Sims anymore because you lost yours. I'll give you some of mine. Some of my very carefully curated and loved files. I'll share. But no, that sucks. That absolutely is like... Wouldn't it be great if, like, somewhere in the world he's sitting there and he's like... Someone's wishing my save file's gone. Or, like, the tag on his neck has just started to itch. You miss your works in progress? You want to work on them? You should! Sometimes we must be a little petty. It's the first, like, you know, real heartbreak. And a lot of firsts, you know? Being a teenager is hard enough. Being in, like, high school is hard enough. And then going into school after, like, prom, and now the guy you were dating is walking around with, like, a different girl. It's rough. No, I know they're gone, but, like, I'll help you. We can make new whips together. Ooh. By the way, evidently it's been an hour. So we're going to take a stretch break because Twitch is going to force me to. And then we'll come back and we'll finish up this section. What was I going to get? Oh, because we were talking about computer games. I actually recently found like a whole bunch of CDs, like discs of old computer games. I should grab those and show you some of them. Okay, I'll be right back. Whoosh! Alrighty. Thank y'all so much for sitting through ads. I appreciate it. Alright, really quick. Here's some of my games. Hold up. Wait. Camera's too close. This is fun. I freaking love this game. Shocking no one. But how about I just realized that this has a map in it of the DeVille Manor. And the way now that I'm like, we could build this in The Sims. Like, play it. Get, like, a layout. And you could legitimately play and make this in The Sims. But, yeah. We so could. Yeah. OG Oregon Trail. Let's see. Diner Dash. Sally Spa. I love this game. This Aladdin Activity Center thing. It's like a bunch of different, like, little games. There's the Gizmos and Gadgets one that I talked about. Dogs and Cats with a Z. Oh my gosh. Did anyone else play those? Speaking of dogs and cats. Hi, baby. Would you like your food? I picked it up because your sister came in here to eat it. There you go. Magic School Bus. I have the solar system and the ocean one. Zoo Tycoon. And the marine game. The marine expansion for Zoo Tycoon. You think you had cats? Dogs for yeah. Yep, I still have them too. Barbie Horse Adventure. That game is like bleached. But Barbie Horse Adventure. Mall Tycoon 1 and 2. My brother played more Mall Tycoon than I did. But he didn't like want the games, so I took them when we were going through games. Kid Picks. Not a game. Art. And then now this is all Sims. Original Sims. Sims 2. More Sims 2. Sims 3. Sim City. Yeah. So those are just some of the ones that I found the other day. A lot of the Sims games, my friend and I, like, shared. Because back in the day, you just needed to have, like, the CD in the computer. Like, you would download them. You could use the same download code. Right? So, we would use the same download code. And then we would, like, share the CD back and forth. Because it was expensive. Things that you did as a child that looking back you're like, oh. I also remember like telling your sim to like have a baby, to like try for baby. And then, like, the old games had, like, a woohoo, like, thing that would play. It's like a little cutscene. Horrifying. When you're, like, young and you're like, oh my god, this is when my parents are gonna walk in and see me on the family computer. And you're like, I just told them to have a baby. I don't know what's happening. The little baby jingle. We're thrifted, came from your mom's friends, yeah. A Cars game and a Beauty and the Beast one on your laptop. That's fun. We also totally had like floppy disk games back in the day. Before they came on CD-ROM. Teehee, I'm old. Split to make a little one for the baby. OG Sims knew that they were a sim. Yeah, they weren't an object. Okay. N is the last one that really has a lot, and then we're just kind of into filling in. How did I just miss, like, a bunch of those? Goodness me. Earthworm Jim. Worked at an IT place, got it for free. I hated building in The Sims 2. Now knowing that The Sims are aware they have a plumb bob. What? They are? What? When they had a baby, they would look up at the plumb bob and get excited when it made another. Where did you come from? You look like a black dot. Oh, get in there. Got games off of Shockwave. Couple of Diner Dashes. Carry the Caregiver when they were deeply on sale. Silly, you're out of balls! Oh no, your balls! I feel like I got a lot of my games like in stores. My cousin used to work at Comp USA. How many of you all remember that store? So a lot of birthdays were like, hey, I don't know what you want. Come to work and pick out a thing. Come pick out a game. Raise his hand. Hey. What you doing over there? You remember it too? CompUSA. Oh, hi! Mousepad for the longest time. I love going there. Circuit City. I don't recognize Ultimate Electronics, but... Hello? What you doing? Hi. Would you look at the time, chat? It's already o'clock. Radio Shack. So fun story, when I worked at GameStop, it was one of those stores, I don't know how many of you all will know what I'm talking about, like shopping complexes that had like a little jut out, like a little like triangular thing, and like on the little triangular jut out it would have like the name of like two shops that were under that little triangular arch. Like along a shopping center, they would just add it to like try and add dimension, I guess, to like a very flat face of a building. So our little triangular, oh, you're just gonna step right on the dots. Okay. Was GameStop and Radio Shack. And the amount of people who came into our store holding a dead house phone, like a dead landline, saying that they needed a new battery, and we'd be like, Radio Shack's next door. And they would be like, what? And we're like, this is GameStop. Radio Shack that you're looking for is next door. We actually had a clicker, and we would keep track of how many times it happened. Because it happened all the time. Where you going? Hi. Like, you could just see, like, the person walking in with, like, the dead phone, and you're like, Radio Shack's that way. Come here. Hi. Are you the prettiest. Yeah? Boop, 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 boop. I'm getting headbutts. Come here. I will pet you. This is a craft I can happily give you scritchies with. Oh, you're gonna sit right... Okay. Okay. That's fine. It's kind of awkward because I can't really reach that well, but... Hi. Are you a sweet girl? Yeah, you're just hanging out? Yeah, I didn't know fries either. Hi. Oh, you okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little awkward the way you were sitting. Come here. Ma'am. Come here. There's a girl. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Get it? It's funny because you're a cat. Perfect. She just like swished her tail on me like, Mom, don't be that person. Time to go home. Drive safe. Probably watching Dancing with the Stars? No worries. Enjoy. Alright. Hey, raccoon. Okay. Remember how I told you at the beginning of stream that I might have to mute? Because I might have to get on the phone. That's about to happen. So, I might just, maybe what I'll do, we'll go here, and we will do this, and this is funny, my mom's like, can you talk now? Dad's on with a lawyer, and I'm like, do you need me to be able to talk now? She says yes. I said, then I guess I need to be able to talk now. So I'll be here, I'll work on this, but I gotta mute, so I'll be RB.